A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jadel Kabir. I'm so glad that you're joining us for a political conversation. Conversations which I do hope will build this country. I'm here with Herman Manyora, political analyst, strategist, commentator. Sir. A lot of conversations happening about what is happening in the UK.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth II's burial. What do you think? Some say racism is there. There's a conversation of colonialism. We should not mourn the Queen. We haven't had this discussion. What do you think about it?
We can mourn the Queen. There's no problem. But subjecting ourselves to mistreatment just to be there, Africans, we have a problem. If what I'm seeing is true, they are putting a matatu. Our president, I saw Ruto in a matatu. I don't know whether it's Photoshop. If it is true,
it's true. They were put in buses.
Serious fellows are coming with their own vehicles and motorcade, and ours are put in a matatu. I wouldn't go. Why would we go?
You were telling me earlier about Moi and
yeah, in Kampala when Clinton was there. Other presidents were mistreated and treated like small boys and girls. Moi entered with a motorcade. We were so proud to be Kenyans.
So you think
that's what a president should do, to make your people proud of you.
For Ruto, you think he has let us down?
If he knew he was going to be put in a matatu, why would he go?
Our conversation for today is the new regime. President William Ruto, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua want to talk about how their week has been. It's just but 1 week in office. Conversation now is on subsidies. They have decided to do away with subsidies for unga, for fuel. What do you make of this? I listened to your video on Saturday and you're speaking about you agree with them when it comes to dealing with subsidies. Was then Uhuru Kenyatta wrong when it comes to giving subsidies to these fuel companies, oil companies?
Depends on how you look at it. If subsidies mean at some point you are going to be refunding people money, I'm apprehensive. And I don't support. Beginning with the export compensation, like I said, the Goldenberg scandal. Even this zero rating, VAT refunds, those kind of things I don't agree. Subsidies, because the process of refunds and or identify who gets subsidy will be prone to corruption. But having said that, I must also add, Ruto cannot proceed as if nothing is happening, as if Kenyans are not suffering, with all the promises he made. You must do something about the price of unga and of petrol. You have to do something.
Do you think it's a little too early?
I don't support subsidies either. So I support Ruto to the extent of the subsidies. But I strongly disagree with anybody who thinks prices of those commodities, unga and petrol and so on and so forth, should continue where they are or go high, as indeed they are going to go higher. That I don't agree. Something must be done.
Is it a little too early when it comes to giving executive orders on things like subsidies, comes to judges, yes, without a cabinet? Or should he have waited for a cabinet first so that we can make these decisions with people in place?
Two things. One, there are things that can't wait for cabinet. So there are things that are urgent. But I should have thought the things that are urgent are things about common people, about Wanjiko, about the hustlers. That to me is what can't wait for cabinet. If you must do something urgently, it must be about the price of unga and the price of petrol.
Okay.
If you must do something urgent. Because the danger in doing things in a hurry is that you can make some mistakes that can be very costly. The danger in acting without cabinet is, where is government? Whatever you do must be seen to be government doing. So in the absence of parliament and cabinet, certain decisions can come back to haunt us. Yeah.
What should he have done? You get into office.
There was nothing urgent about appointing judges, about any of those things. The urgent thing is about bei ya unga, the bei ya mafuta. That is what is urgent. All these others can wait.
If you're in his place, what would you have done? Because you always say you can advise these people. He comes in, he says this subsidy was going to cartels. I think people on his side.
If I was the president,
or even advising him.
Or if I was advising him, you think that's where I belong? Okay, so
yeah.
Let me scale down my ambition.
Advising.
So let me advise him. I even say I'm an advisor. I'll look at expenditure of government, and I'll look at how money is flowing in, and I'll ask myself, what expenditure items can we suspend?
Okay.
What expenditure items can we completely abolish? What expenditure items can we do, can we scale down? Now then I look at the income. which income stream can be reduced without affecting the overall operation of government? What I'm trying to say is, what taxes can you remove on commodities? What levies can you remove on fuel? What levies can you remove on unga and other things to bring the prices down? Not subsidies. You know, there are government taxes and levies on fuel. Almost 50% of the cost of petrol is in government levies and taxes, and there are quite a number of them.
Yeah.
Which ones can you remove without affecting the business of government? And I said you will have started by looking at the expense side. Which are the things you can suspend, completely abolish? What are the... You see, government is behaving as if we have more money than we need.
So would you agree?
If you go to an airport anytime, Kisumu, if you go to an airport, Jomo Kenyatta, Mombasa, almost 90% of Kenya Airways passengers are government functionaries going for one stupid thing and the other in Naivasha, in Kisumu, in Mombasa. If these hotels, you went to these big hotels in Naivasha, they are government people.
You are in Mombasa, actually. You are with them there.
You are the only one who is spending your money. Everybody else is on government money. You stop such stupid things at a time like that. You cannot have people, you cannot have a governor traveling from Bungoma in the skies and the 10 people are on the ground following him in Mombasa. You know, these are the stupid things I would if I was, okay, you say if I'm not the president, if I'm advising the president, let me tell you, those seminars, none of them will happen. But you can see when Ruto sending Rigathi Gachagua and Wetangula for those stupid things. You don't do those things. No, you cut down on government expenditure. These are hard times. People are suffering. Cut down on stupid expenditure.
I think it's Kalonzo was
including certain capital in projects.
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo was putting as if Ruto has forgotten about the hustlers.
Of course.
Are you seeing that in that 1 week, or is it too soon to judge? Let him do his job first.
If you are in a hurry, let's see you hurrying to work for the hustler. I see certain very stupid things that we are bringing fertilizer. Who tells you if you bring fertilizer, the cost of input, cost of farming will go down?
Why so?
They don't understand this country. They should talk to me.
They were on the road.
They should talk to me and people like Manyora who understand.
They were speaking about farmers.
Because you give people that fertilizer, they will sell it. You give somebody, let's say you gave somebody, a farmer in my village, Uko, 5 bags of DAP fertilizer. Another 3 for top dressing, CAN. For their tea leaves, for their tea plantation, and for planting maize. And they have not eaten for 3 days. You think they will take that fertilizer to the shamba? What I will see Manyora, who has some little money, to put even on his flowers. Yes. They will sell him in the CAN, kuweka kayafa yangu, and other flowers in my compound. I'm telling you.
Then what is the biggest problem now that Ruto should deal with? If it's not fertilizer, if it's not subsidy, what is the first thing he should deal with?
The first thing, if I were to advise him, form government. And in forming government, look for very intelligent men and women. Not hangers on, not these sycophants around you, all these fellows who heckle in. Give them something to do, not in government. Form government of serious people. And the Ruto knows serious people. It should not be held captive the way Kina Uhuru and the rest were always. That to form a cabinet, it must be from where, it must be so and so.
Technocrats, they were putting it.
Walk out of that, form serious people. Secondly, run government through a team of advisors. Create teams of advisors. Because you can't employ everybody. Tell Manyora, you've been very vocal on matters of agriculture. I want to put you in a committee to help formulate policies on agriculture, immediate, medium term, and long term, with one major objective: to ensure food scarcity is a thing of the past, famine is a thing of the past. Kenya can never again be food deficit. Kenya will have surplus, and that Kenya will permanently export food. I'm putting you in that committee because I've heard you are very vocal Then you look for another person, and we are like 10 people. Within 3 months, Kenya will never buy food from China. We shall be exporting food.
Do you think there are people there? From
That's
Ruto,
what you need to do.
From Ruto, he said he will not put people who are in opposition. He will not appoint them.
That is.
Are there enough people in Kenya
when it is a question of not bringing opposition, let him not poach politicians from the opposition. That, yes. But saying he will not get people from opposition to put in his government, that's not what you do. These are Kenyans. Give them jobs if they deserve.
What do you think he said?
But for politicians, he should start there. You know, he's starting in the wrong place. Saying you will not put opposition people in cabinet, to me is cheap.
Actually said in government. He will
in
not
government. That is cheap
government.
according to me.
Why so?
What is important is you say, kama wewe ulichagulia kwa Azimio kaa huko. Tunataka mtukosoe. But he's bringing them on board. So you see, I think his priorities are upside down. And if I met him, I'll tell him as much.
So you'd say this is a wrong start for him. Is that what you want to say?
First, when it comes to the speed, we would understand the speed if he was working for the hustlers. But in saying I will not do subsidy on day one, he's talking for IMF. You see what I'm saying?
I'm getting you.
In appointing judges on day one and swearing the first day in office, he's trying to be nice to the judiciary. Maybe state capture of the judiciary. So the things he's having to do may be important, but not with the urgency. The things he can approach with urgency are things that will make life comfortable or bearable for the common man.
I've seen an article, they're putting it as Oscar Sudi as the power broker within Kenya Kwanza.
Those kind of people, you give them power
House.
broker to do some little business with government, but not in government. They should not even step in the State House.
We saw him alighting.
Running government is not easy. And Ruto will discover,
Kenya's Air Force
he
One.
will discover because he was DP and the back was stopping with Uhuru, he will discover running government is not easy.
Bad start for him.
Running. So you are rushing for the things that are not important. To say you will not put opposition people in government is not the important thing. The important thing is for you to tell those who are elected in the Azimio, mukae huko.
I think that stuff.
We need you there.
I think it's bad for Kenya Kwanza or Ruto's presidency. Rigathi Gachagua was saying they inherited a government with no money. They don't have money,
Which money?
at all.
Again, they don't understand government.
That bad for them.
They don't understand government. The government account is not a saving account. Please, these people should hire me.
He said they need to save. Ruto
They should hire me. That account is not a savings account. Please, for heaven's sake. Government collects money and spends the money. So they collect money and wenye kutumia hizo pesa wanangoja kwa mlango. Pesa ikiingia hivi mshahara inatakikana. Government collects money. The expenditures that are monthly, that are quarterly, that are yearly. So when money comes in inaenda, capitation, what, salaries, so that is not a savings account.
Actually, the DP said, the president said, a good father leaves inheritance for the children. He quoted the Bible on that.
He was not talking about that. He was talking about NSSF. Again, wrong. NSSF is structurally wrong. You cannot make it better by increasing contribution.
Things are that bad.
I think these people need me to help them. I can even do it for free because I love my country. If they think I'm looking for a job, no, I can help them for free.
With that 1 week, we've seen them in power. What should we expect in the next 5 years?
I'm not seeing anything.
With this new regime?
I'm not seeing anything. The understanding of the problems, I think, is very poor. Understanding of, and I said it. I said understanding of the problem. You cannot solve a problem which you don't understand. So fertilizer, hata ukipeana bure, the people will sell it. People cannot go and pour fertilizer kwa shamba. Na mtoto amelala na njaa, mtoto ni mgonjwa, mtoto amefukuzwa shule. They sell.
Should we give them time so that we can judge or we can...
But if they started well, because I'm seeing the priorities wrong. I want somebody to tell me, in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to bring the price of unga down. And this is how I propose to do it. In the next 2 weeks, I'm not going to rely on these crooks they call Energy Regulatory. No.
Commission.
I am the President of the Republic of Kenya. I've looked at the levies on oil, on fuel. I propose to remove road levy, which is about 22 shillings, whatever, 18, nimetoa hiyo. I remove VAT straight away 8%, nimetoa hiyo. And IMF will be beating you because I want you to increase.
Yeah.
I propose. So finally, I say, as the president, as we organize ourselves, I've removed levies and taxes on a liter of petrol to the tune of 40 shillings. So petrol has come down to 110. I'll do more, but in the meantime, you. That's what but you cannot do that if you want to be populist. But that calls for serious thinking. You need to sit down with experts who will tell you, if you remove that money, hapa itaumia.
Okay.
You know?
But
you need to sit down with contractors, with your legal team from the AG's office. Say, if we tell you to stop what you are doing and come back after 2 years, what will be the financial implication? What are the contractual obligations? If you understand, because you've been doing business in this country for the last 30 years. We cannot continue with that road project. We shall pend it where it has reached. We know if we don't talk to you, we shall suffer. We want to talk to you. Can you give us time to organize ourselves? Because if people begin to riot in the streets, hata hii kazi hutamaliza, hata wewe hutalipwa, there will be no country. So you talk to people, and then you can reduce prices of things.
Guess we'll have to wait and see how things go.
But we will pray for them.
They're actually praying in State House.
I pray for this government because this is a good government. Ruto is determined to help this country. I hope he's genuine. I have no reason to doubt him. I only hate the populist approach. They are no longer in campaign. They are now governing. As people have said before, you campaign in poetry, but govern in prose. This is the stage for governing. You see governors being populist. You've seen them.
Yeah.
No, wacha hiyo. Sasa fanyia wananchi kazi.
Yeah. Big Toll, we wrap up. I think we'll have to continue that conversation. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Gerald Kabir. This has been a political conversation which I hope edifies this country, even as we're progressing. Until we do talk again, my name is Jad. As I said, I'm here with Herman. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.